please stand and sing with me. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day. This beautiful, this wonderful, this glorious day.
Oh, good morning and welcome to Unity of Columbia. And no matter how you've shown up today, whether you're here in the sanctuary or whether you've joined us online, just know that you're very welcome. So please turn to the person next to you and say, I'm so glad you're here. This ministry is committed to healing, it's committed to transformation, and it's committed to creating pathways for transformation and empowerment. And so we celebrate this time together as we celebrate each and every day. So let's please stand and greet each other as we move into this time of celebration.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One can that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because let love be present, is what we're made of. We are a part of each other. We are one. One can that binds us, that can be undone.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rick Cantrell, and I'm honored to be your facilitator this morning. We are grateful for all who contribute to our service today. We welcome everyone to Unity of Columbia. We especially thank you for joining us online, and those here in the sanctuary, thank you. And please make sure that your cell phones are off in this sacred space. Thank you. I especially want to welcome anybody that might be visiting us for the first time. If you are, there's some welcome packets in the foyer, and our ushers have some welcome packets to hand out also. Today we begin a series of prosperity affirmations. Please speak this with me. Together, we rest in the assurance that all our needs are met by divine love. There is no lack in God, and there is no lack in this. Community. Please join me in affirming our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is, we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. And our mission is, we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. We'd like to give a big thank you to everyone who helped clean out the garage this week. I'd like to especially thank Beth for organizing the cleaning and for Mary for organizing the recycling. I want to remind you that we have a school supplies drive. Unity's outreach team is gathering school supplies for children in the Columbia area. You can find a list of items needed and all the details outside in the foyer there. And I'd like to remind you that the Miles for Ministry sponsorship for sponsoring Kristen on her hike along the Appalachian Trail is now open. Our aim is to raise $20,000, and this is what we've raised so far. This is a church-wide fundraiser for the church. Please support this fundraising drive. If you haven't put in your 2 cents yet, and hopefully you'll put in a little more than that, this is your chance. Details are in the e-newsletter and also today's bulletin. I want to remind you that there's a community meeting on Sunday, July 20th after the service. This is a very important meeting and all members are encouraged to attend. You might have noticed that the music sounds a little bit better today. That's because Carol Schultz has gifted us a piano tuning this week. Thank you, Carol. And also, today is Taco Sunday, so please join us in the Friendship Hall after the service. Now I'd like to invite Julie up here to read the Daily Word.
Our daily word today is, I release and move forward with a grateful heart. Although any experience can be seen as a gift bringing new insight or deeper understanding, it may be hard to appreciate it at first. When I struggle to release a painful memory, I can open my mind and heart to better receive the gift of that experience. For instance, learning why a relationship ended shows me where I can grow in understanding and empathy. Feeling the unconditional love of God, I forgive my past weaknesses and make amends where I can. When I recognize that holding on to resentment hurts only me, I can more easily release it and forgive. Blessed by the power of release and grateful for the power of God within, I move forward, ready to live and love fully again. And from Genesis chapter 32, verse 26, then he said, "Let me go, for the day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." Let's read the daily word together. I release and move forward with a grateful heart.
The prayer box is a symbol of blessing today. In prayer, we expand our awareness, knowing that we are all expressions of God. We open our minds to receive an abundance of all that is necessary to fulfill our soul's purpose. We now hold others in prayer. Please speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space. For all of the names on our hearts, know that what you have asked for has already been answered. We have some Unity prayer chaplains available to pray with you this morning after the service. Would the Unity chaplains stand? Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, and wake up where the and I make up the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Begin finding a quiet place. Let your body settle. Let your breath slow. Let your awareness turn gently inward. Take a deep breath in. Slowly release it. Let the weight of the day slide off your shoulders. Let the noise of the world move to the background, like waves returning to the sea. Now imagine you are stepping away, not from life, but from noise. You are walking through a quiet forest. your feet pressing gently into the earth. No one is watching. No one is tracking. You are not performing. You are simply being. And that is enough. Let your thoughts soften. You do not need to have an opinion about everything. You do not need to defend your choices. You do not need to consume more to be more. Let your mind become a still lake. You are free to think your own thoughts, to question, to wonder, to pause. Breathe into that freedom. You are free. Now, turn inward to that place behind your eyes, to that part of you that is never born and cannot die. You're not your job. You're not your profile. You're not your reputation. You are a soul, timeless, spacious, wise. And this soul does not seek attraction or attention. It seeks truth. It seeks peace. It seeks wholeness. Now, imagine your life growing simpler, not smaller, more spacious. You need less because you are more. You grow food with your hands. You light candles instead of screens. You share meals, not opinions. You walk instead of rush. You pray instead of panic. Each choice is a quiet revolution. Each day is a quiet joy. You are not resisting the world. You are reimagining it. Now picture yourself off the radar. Not because you are hiding, because you are no longer plugged into what does not serve your soul. You are seen by the trees, known by the wind, blessed by the stars. You are held not by systems, but by silence, spirit, and soil. You are free. Now, as we enter into our silent meditation, let us widen the space within ourselves for listening to infinite consciousness's divine guidance to a more perfect unity of all of us. Now, slowly return back to the world, but not back to the noise. You now carry with you a deep quiet. You now carry a clarity that no algorithm can reach. You now carry the knowing that you are here to live deeply, not loudly, freely, not fearfully, truthfully, not trendily. You are not on the radar. You are on purpose. And so it is. Amen.
Paul said, in all things give thanks. And in unity, we believe that God is the source. But have you ever wondered why there are so many starving people in the world? And how is it possible if God is the source? Globally, over 700 million people are undernourished, and that's about 10% of the world's population. More than 13,000 children die every day due to malnutrition. And in the United States, on one particular night in January of 2024, a survey was done, and they found that there were over 770,000 people living on the streets. So if God's the source, how does all of this happen? And so God as the source is one of the foundational principles of unity. And many of us will say, well, I believe in that principle, that's true. But how do we believe it when there seems to be so much suffering in the world? You might even ask, well, why isn't the source doing something about it? But this is not how God works. Each of us must feel the need. Jascha Heifetz was a famous concert violinist, and after one of his concerts, someone came up to him and said, "Oh, your violin sounds so beautiful." And he held out the violin and he said, "I can't hear anything." In the same way that a recipe doesn't feed us, it's not the source that feeds us. The source supplies the ingredients, but we have to make the cake. And so God, the source, is the basis of all form. It makes possible the fulfillment of every need. And that's why we give thanks that God is the source, but we make no demands upon the source, for the source is already doing its work. The Lord's Prayer says, "Our Father which art in heaven," and it says, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." And then it says, "Give us this day our daily bread." And so the prayer tells us, give us this day our supply. Give us the daily substance that we need to sustain our life. And in the scriptures, we read, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by him, and without him not anything was made." This is a passage in the Gospel of John. It affirms the creative principle that we believe in as unity people, that God is the source of all creation. And the words "in the beginning" means that God always comes first. Just like the recipe, we begin with the recipe. Maybe it's not written down, maybe it's in our head, but we know if we're going to cook a cake, we need certain things. We need the flour, we need an egg, we need, I don't know, carrot for a carrot cake. We need banana for a banana cake. And then we use our own energy to cook the cake so that's in a substance that we can eat. And so we get ready to cook the cake. We have the recipe, and now we must gather together all of the ingredients. We begin with the first ingredient, which is prayer. So why prayer? Because it is our preparation. Prayer prepares our consciousness. You might have even heard people say, "Well, I'm pre-prayed up. I'm prepared, pre-prayed." And if we look back at the Lord's Prayer, the daily bread, it's the supply that meets our earthly needs. But the daily bread also refers to our consciousness. It's telling us we must connect with the source daily because we are building a deep relationship. And that relationship must be renewed every day. And so the first gift of the daily bread is that bread that feeds us spiritually. And the second gift of the daily bread is the meeting of our earthly needs. In Philippians 4, it says, "Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." I love that. Let your requests be made known to God. So don't keep it to yourself. It's in your time of prayer that you can request what you desire. And so it is in prayer, our first ingredient, that we prepare. And that's where we find our perfection and our wholeness. We go to prayer for healing. We feel love there. We feel a sense of peace. Our second ingredient is faith. Charles Fillmore said, faith is the perceiving power of the mind, linked with the power to shape substance. And what a great power that is, to be able to shape something, to make it real. He said it is the power to do the seemingly impossible. And then he talks about this a little more, which I find really interesting. He said it's quite possible to possess a reality that cannot be seen or touched or comprehended by any of the five senses. He said it's faith where we're fully conscious of things not seen and have the assurance of things not yet manifest. In other words, faith is that consciousness in us that we believe in invisible substance. And so we must realize that the mind makes things real. Isn't that true? It feels real. Thoughts and ideas, they're all in there. They feel real. They are real. In fact, that's what we build our whole life on. And Jesus gave us an understanding of faith when he spoke about Peter. He said, Peter is the rock. And what was he really saying? He was saying, well, the rock literally means faith. And he was saying, well, Peter's going to build his church on a rock. And the symbolism of that is for us to understand that what he was saying is that that's what we need to build our life on, the rock, the faith, which is our solid foundation. In Hebrews 11, it says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And they're really quite powerful words. Assurance, that means you're absolutely sure about it. And conviction means you can put it into action with a great conviction. It's such a powerful verse. It tells us that our faith does not rely on outer appearances, but it relies on the unseen. Charles Fillmore said, do not fear the power that works out things in the invisible. When you get a strong perception of something, when your inner mind tells you it's true and good, act on it, and your demonstration will come. And he gives this a name. He calls it living faith. I love that, the living faith. Living faith is where things are worked out in the invisible. It's the belief in the unseen, plus your faith, which is in your consciousness, and your ability to act on it. And when we can express that living faith, we really become the great demonstration. Neville Goddard wrote a book called Your Faith is Your Fortune. It's a book I particularly like. He says it is impossible in the law of consciousness to put new wine into old wineskins. And so here he's giving a reference to a well-known scripture. But I think it is true. He says you can't take part of a present problem into a new way of thinking. You must take your attention away from the problem. And then he suggests just place your thinking just upon being. And I love that sense of just being. There's no judgment, there's no worry, there's no concern about what's happening. He suggests you might simply invite in the feeling of being formless. And so there's a lightness to all of that. And if you can sit in this formless space, you will find that all things seem to be divinely possible. A little bit later, he speaks about the man. He says, the man who's conscious of being poor does not need the assistance of anyone to express his poverty. The man who's conscious of being sick does not need the assistance of anyone to express his sickness. And so we get the point, right? If you want to rise to a higher level of consciousness, you have to take your attention away from your present limitation and place it upon that which you desire. And then Jesus said it a little differently. He said, "Leave and follow me." And this was his way of saying, leave the problem behind, follow me, follow your desire, give your attention in the direction that you want to go. And so do not be like a Lot's wife who looked back and became salted and preserved in the past. Be a Lot whose vision was firmly focused on the promised land. So today we say, make no demands. We acknowledge God as the one true source of supply. We prepare ourselves in prayer, and we add our faith to it, our belief in the unseen. And now all we have to do is seal it with the final ingredient, and that is to rejoice and give thanks. Eric Butterworth made the comment that we usually consider gratitude and thanksgiving on the basis of obligation. And isn't that true? Someone does something for us or gives us something and we feel obliged to be grateful. And he says that's fine, but giving thanks is much more than that. It's a state of consciousness. It's how we develop a grateful heart. And then our thanksgiving just flows outwardly from within. And so Paul said, in all things give thanks. Well, is this practical or is it even possible? How can we be grateful for poverty or war? But Paul says it. He says, in all things give thanks. Not some things, not just the good things, but in all things. And he says that despite the problems, despite the seeming lack, you must get yourself into the awareness of ever-present substance. Know that God is your source of supply. And so today we give thanks not for things, but as Eric Butterworth put it, from the awareness that there is always an all-sufficiency, even within the seeming insufficiency. And so now I'm going to invite you just to take a moment to center yourself. We're going to enter into the formless world for a few moments. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes if you like, just be comfortable and get a sense of being in that formless space. Maybe you feel like you're floating a little. There's a lightness to the body as you sit in a space of pure being. Bring your attention to the awareness of God as the source. Letting go of anything that you long for that has not yet come. If any issues or problems come to mind, just take your attention away from the problem, knowing that in reality there is no lack. And as you move your attention to the heart center, just breathe in through the heart, breathing out. Take a few moments to notice any feelings of gratitude or thanks. Breathing those feelings in through the heart center. And breathing out. And then, in this moment, bring to your mind all of the blessings you experience in your life. Feel the gratitude, feel the love that goes with that. And quietly say to yourself, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. When you feel ready, just come back to this space. And our ushers today are going to be handing out some slips of paper and a pen. And we're just going to take a couple of minutes to write down what you're grateful for in your life. Can I ask the ushers to come and collect everyone's slip of paper? And the pens. We're going to recollect. Do you want me to hand it?
Please stand. I'm a member of the human race. Ask me where I'm from, I'll say this human place. Born here with a heart and soul and face. I'm a member of the human race. Looking at the forest, all I see are trees, oaks and elms and sycamores, branches and leaves. Everyone is different, but everyone's the same. Planted in this world, we get them all a common name. In a universe so vast, we must guarantee humanity will last. I'm a member of the human race. Ask me where I'm from, I'll say this human place. Born here with a heart and soul and face. I'm a member of the human race. We have always missions on the same bright star. We fight the same enemy in our human hearts. We will come together when we realize that we see each other with more just than your eyes. Don't think in terms of them us. The future of people isn't God we trust. I'm a member of the human race. Ask me where I'm from, I'll say this human place. Born here with a heart and soul and faith. I'm a member of the human race. As one family we stay, with the heart of children in our house. I'm a member of the human race. Ask me where I'm from, I'll say this human place. Born here with a heart and soul and faith. I'm a member of the human, member of the human, member of the human race.
We now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you're joining us online and you've been blessed by today's message, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website, which is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help us keep these services online. Thank you. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by cash, or by check. Hold it in your hand and your heart as we affirm these words. Together, divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
So we are open and receptive to all of our good. We acknowledge today that God is the one true source of our supply. We open our minds and our hearts to all of the giving and to the flow of abundance. And we say thank you so much for these gifts that are given freely and with love to do the work of Spirit through Unity of Columbia. And we affirm today, together, Amen. Oh, the children are coming in.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. So we were talking this morning about some of the things that we are so glad that we have in our life. So you girls want to say a couple of the things you thought of?
So, I thought of like spiders and my brother.
Who's your favorite person, Truth? One of your favorites.
I love my mommy.
Yeah. Okay, Danny, I know you have a long list. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many am I allowed to say?
How about 5?
Okay. My mom, my mommy, my dad, my daddy, and my grandma. I can only get through my parents.
Well, needless to say, we have a lot of things that we're really glad we have in our lives. So,
My family is huge.
yeah, people are probably our most important. So let's go ahead and bless our children. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Okay, let's go over here and we'll sing. Or you want to go hold your mom's hand? It's okay, you can. We'll go down here so you can.
Please rise and sing with us the prayer of protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the light of God enfolds us. Mother of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
Let's hear it for Jim. As you move into your week, I invite you to show up in the world as you were wonderfully and beautifully made, in joy and in pure love. Wherever you are, God is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, and peace that is meant to be with God as creator, family or harmony. As we walked with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, as this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is the joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, he'd be